American women, when it comes to the passport bros, you might ask, like, where did this start? Why is this going on? They say that they're dusty. They say they're losers. They're not worth keeping. So why are they speaking out about it? Well, it's because they're projecting. They are upset because they don't feel desired. Men are not approaching women or playing games with women like they used to. They've taken the red pill. They've woken up. And quite honestly, if I was a guy or if I had a son, I would advise him to go overseas.
I wish women really understood nowadays how horrible we present.
Everything my good sis said in this post is absolutely accurate. We as Black women in general have to stop lowering the value of our men to money. Yes, money is important. Yes, we need it to live. Yes, all of that. We are capable. But if all they see is a whole bunch of women online all the time talking about their money and not talking about the value they provide, not talking about how we can lift each other up, how we can be a support system. And it's a two-way street. There's rhetoric on their side that is toxic and nasty too. I want us to heal our community. I want us to be better as better partners, friends, the whole nine. So let's stop lowering our men to monetary value and judge them with their true character.
Nigga, what?
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. And if you're part of Sigma Nation, do me a favor, go in the comments and just let me know you're in the building. All right, guys, I absolutely agree with her on that video. But when we do start talking about women, especially Black women in general, one thing that we can't say is all women. We just speak from the point of what men see. Majority of men see Black women doing that to them is placing a price tag on their heart. In other words, they're saying if you don't have this, and this, then you're not allowed to date me and I'm not going to submit to you. I'm going to do what I want to do and I'm going to pretty much act like you don't care. They're not necessarily saying that, but this is how men feel after events take place. But we have to understand there are some women out here who do like Black men for being Black men. There's big confusion between the two, but it all starts with the Black woman. Why? Because the Black woman has been a Black leader to the Black man for a long period of time. What you see Black men doing and how Black men are acting, you programmed it.
Man dressed and acted like you, he'd be seen as corny, a nerd, a lame, or whatever. Black women would treat him like if he's intellectual, if he doesn't have that swagger, and especially if he doesn't have a big D and can't pipe it down. It goes back to slavery because we actually were used for objects. And so that was our worth, in a lot of ways.
Black women do want the thuggish and rugged type, but there's also a psychological effect as to why she wants that. It's because a lot of Black women are placed in dominant roles, so they're forced to be tougher than what they really show in order to survive. So having a man tougher than them is more attractive. But unfortunately, majority of the tough guys in the Black neighborhood are the thugs.
See, here's what I don't understand.
Well, no worries, my brother. In the words of Conscious Lee, education is elevation. So let's talk about it.
Black women complain about Black men so much, and they complain about how we don't want them, how we sell out, how we really hate ourselves, and all this bullshit, right? But when somebody gives you an example of other races and men, examples of Black men, why they date out their race, and how we want submissive women, automatically, why would she be your slave? No, it's not fucking being a slave, you idiot. It's not being a slave. It's called being submissive to your man because you love him.
You then go on to say, keep on being masculine and rebellious, and Black men are going to consistently continue to date outside of our race, completely dismissing the fact that the exact qualities that a Black woman is shamed and or hated for, other demographics of women are praised for, boxing a Black woman into being nothing more than an obedient, submissive slave. What you're showing a clear lack of understanding on is that a Black woman is not going to submit to you on the basis of love alone, but on the basis of trust of your leadership as a man. You will never have to make nor ask her to do that. Good day.
Now, the second dude that came in talking really fast, he's making some sense, but he not. These type of dudes are actually the problem because they're not taking in the fact that a Black man can never do anything to satisfy a Black woman. She's constantly putting him under pressure and she's constantly competing with him. When it comes to Black men, that's how his energy is killed. His energy is killed not wanting to do nothing based off the energy of the black woman, because a lot of these guys grow up in single mother homes and the mothers become narcissists. As men start to grow up, they start to make the black woman the leader, but the black woman never teaches the black man how to be the leader. A black man would not learn how to be a leader until he leaves the house, till he leaves the nest. Black men are just lacking where other cultures who have both of their families together, they're learning the game of life as they go. But black men, we are taught to cater to our moms and be son husbands that she don't have and love her and place her on a pedestal, that they're never taught how to be the man that a black woman wants to love, because the mother teaches him how to simp.
And have you ever been in an interracial relationship?
I don't date Africans or black. Sorry.
You don't like black guys?
It's white or nothing.
Oh shit. Why don't you like African Americans?
I only used to date black men, but then I got tired of just like, they treat us like differently. Like, it's crazy because then they'll go for like the lighter women. So what's wrong with me wanting to be with and see my options?
From my experience, I feel like a lot of black people are so controlling. They're very, very controlling.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you prefer to date Caucasian men. Damn, why do you prefer?
It works for me. You gain more out of it.
So financially,
not just financially. You loving somebody that actually is loving you and showing you.
So you saying that white men show more affection?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Way more.
Black men have a hard time. They love us. White men, you gonna more likely find a white man that do that than a black dude. They're sweet. Like, it's easier. You feel me? It's I just feel like it's less of a struggle. Like, maybe I need to go outside with somebody that's not like from my country.
Every time a black girl mentions a white man, y'all automatically assume
it's about money. For sure.
I had a black man that did the same thing the white man was doing.
Okay, so raise your hand if you would date a broke white man.
That's what I was
Exactly. Y'all ain't raised their hand.
First of all, let's start off with the hood boogers. Those are straight hood boogers. Those are hood chicks. Not the average black man running around who's educated, got his life together, is even going for those chicks. The white dudes that end up with those chicks are just there to have fun. Trust me, you see this a lot in Miami. You see this on South Beach, where you see the white guy walking around with the hood rat chick, treating her and placing her on a pedestal. He's in it for the fun of it. They're not there for the lovey-dovey. These girls are like tricks. They're going towards the guy who has money. The guy who has money is treating them like a queen. The hood dude that they fell in love with before, he know not to treat her like a queen. This is like low-key prostitution, for real. They're just trying to clean it up to make it feel like interracial dating is better than black dating. I'm sorry, but most black women, you really need a black man.
I met a guy. He's a manager at Target. He a great guy. Can you be with him?
No.
Y'all lifestyles are like opposite.
I wanted a Rolls Royce for my birthday.
That's what you wanted. You got it. Damn.
Yeah. Like, I don't, what if you the manager? No, I love Target. First of all, let's get that out the way.
Target is nice.
Amazing.
I feel like they expect, I feel like women date in a lane, let's say you date guys, professionals, guys that are rich, or you are rich. And they'll, even a person like you, they'll be like, oh, why she can't date a regular guy? It's like, I don't think you can date a regular guy.
And then it's just no. It's no, I don't want to have an explanation. It's just,
you don't have to. No. I hope I didn't give you that impression.
When it comes to dating, you can have all the standards in the world, right? You could say what you would date, what you won't date, but the only thing that matters is if your standards like you back. You can't trick someone into liking you. You can't get mad if someone's not liking you. So it's going to always break down to the natural attraction. Then we start throwing the money in play. But you have to understand, men are making money to take care of women. Women are not making money to take care of men. Women are making money so they can leverage that to get a better man. That's what they're saying. Women are saying, my money is my money. His money is my money. But the more money she makes, the more a man has to do better than her. But the more money a man makes, the more he doesn't put standards on the type of woman that he wants to be with. That's the difference between the two. Men, you have to understand, women live on Venus and we live on Mars. We're looking at life and projecting life in two different ways. Why? Because when a woman wakes up every day, there's hundreds of guys telling her the same stuff. I love you. I want to be with you. I want to take care of you. I want to do this. I want to do that. A woman just can't believe every guy that tells her that, because throughout her life, she realizes the guy that says it the most is the guy who's just looking to have sex. So women start to place these standards on men based off the amount of guys that want them and what those guys have. That's the difference between man and woman. The moment that men start to understand this and you realize that you are in competition with your actions versus your money, then you'll start to perceive and talk to and treat women differently, and you'll start to get an attraction for women. The world that we live in now, it's like we have men competing with women delusion. You can't compete with a woman's delusion. And I tell guys this all the time. The best way to pull a woman into reality is for you to already be in your own reality and in your lane. There's a certain woman and there's a certain man. There's a certain couples that's supposed to be together out there. We have a lot of apples that are chasing oranges, mad that the oranges don't want them. That's what we really have in modern day dating. The internet has led you to believe that you are right and that your thinking is supposed to give you entitlement. And when it doesn't work, that's what we're facing here. People need to get off the internet. And if you really want to find somebody to love you, you have to first start off loving yourself. What the internet has done is drained you from loving yourself. So coming online and looking at relationships is just something people do because the default of your life is falling in love. Everybody's complaining about love, but you lacking in other areas. You don't even love yourself first. So then when you don't love yourself and people ask you what you want in a relationship, you're going to blabber off these unrealistic standards because you know there's a chance you're not going to get to it. The difference is when it comes to a woman, once she reaches a certain level of status, and then the guys that are trying to get with her are within her status, she's not going backwards. It's the same thing with men. If you get yourself a certain level of girlfriends, you're not going to want to go back to the fat chick. It's just not going to work like that. Everyone starts placing themselves in standards when they get in motion. It's the person that's standing still who's losing. If you guys got the message behind the video, comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.